Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here to do a VOD review today of two games that I played with a majority of my team here, as you can see. This is the first time I'm doing any sort of VOD review, so forgive me if it's kind of lackluster. Hopefully my team is watching this so we can work on improving this for the upcoming Overwatch tournament. Our first plan is to go right side and attack from there, and it actually works pretty well if you guys watch here. But there was an issue. So if we pause this, so right here, our Roadhog is off on his own to the side. And while that can be good, for the first push on King of the Hill, it's pretty much almost always better for us to all go in as a team and just kind of have a big brawl fest to see who wins it. Yes. So they've taken the point finally for the first time. And we're gearing up to group up and take it again for that final, that final push to get us that point. So right here, now this guy's not on our team. This was just a bad spot for him to be in. He should not have been way up here while we were all dead. He should have just tried to immediately fall back to a safer position. Especially because on King of the Hill, people get greedy and aggressive and they'll push up and try to get each and every kill. You should not be pushed up here. You should just, if they take it, just immediately start walking back to our spawn. If we back up a bit, let's take a look at Captain Rec and Samu here.
Next thing we gotta do is take that deep out of her mech.
Yeah, we just get deep.
Same thing. They're trying to get into here and trying to get a flank on. You see the Roadhog here. We can't push up in this position with not everyone here. And yet they're still going up here. Captain Rec and Samu. So let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, we just get deep out of mech and then we need to get the mercy.
I come here to help this Anna out. Right there. Suddenly, they get picked and now we're staggered. We have to wait another 10 seconds for our Hog to get back. And let's take a look at that Reaper here, see if he lives.
They're getting really aggressive, guys. Might want to push a little bit.
Well, yeah, see, now he's dead. Now Killjoy is feeding into this, trying to help them out. And our Anna, now she's about to die. Yep. And now suddenly, we just gotta wait. And again, we should not be pushing up. We should just wait, hide, and wait. Come all together at once for a big push. And there it is. See? And now they made a call to go top left. They're all going up here, right? So that's a good call, We want to, even though we lost a person, we might as well go in because we're just going to probably die. And if we don't die, we win it. It's all right. Most of us are grouped up. Might as well take the risk here. But look, we go top left and then look where we're going now. Nowhere. We went up top left, but we just immediately went down again. That was a very, very short little flank that, it's not even a flank. It was just us going up here and going down there to meet them closer. And still not near the point. What we should have done in that, where a Reaper's going, that's what we should have been doing. Instead, I get killed down there because I, go because that's where our team is pushing. So whenever we make pushes on King of the Hill, we need to commit all the way to the point. This is the end of the play, right? So we killed the Hog here, and that's good. But look what happens next. Mercy just rezzed. I'm going to turn around, look where our Hog is. Instead of falling back this way, over here to the main channel, he falls back pretty much just closer into their territory. You can see this diva also right here. She fell back the same way with the Hog, probably to help him out. But again, both our tanks just left away from the main channel, which just allows what you're going to see next to happen. They just let them walk right in because they backed off the wrong way. The issue here is that once she got that res, we should have just immediately came back and defended this spot right here. So that's the end of that.
Dying, coming back.
For the rest of this specific VOD, there were issues, but we ended up taking all 3 points. So go ahead and move on to the next VOD. Okay, so for our next VOD, we have a Numbani match. We're on defense first. So let's take a look at this composition here. We've got Torp and Symmetra Cheese, which, I mean, it's fine. It works. But then we have Reinhardt and Zarya. So first off, we've got very little damage to back the soldier, or back our Rein, and destroy their shield. In case of another Rein, you know, if they have like a Roadhog, his shield's going to go down first, and we're going to get pushed in. Another thing too is this is a completely ground-based comp, and that's something I want to talk about, and that's something I want my team to think about. Verticality. Verticality is one of the most important things that we can have in a team comp. Let's go ahead and play this while I talk about verticality on Numbani. So I play a lot of Widow. I enjoy playing Widow, and Numbani is very much a Widow map. It is very hard for us to get to this high ground and contest the Widow. All she has to do is climb up here, and she has free reign, because look at our comp. We have no one who can contest that except for Soldier. We have a Torb, but she can easily take care of his turret. We have no one to contest that unless our Soldier sits with our Rein and shoots behind his shield. However, our Soldier is over here with me up here. I came up here because I wanted to support this Soldier, and the reason for that is because Numbani is also a die favored map. I should have told our Soldier not to hold up here, but I didn't want to coach in game on these first few games. I wanted us to make mistakes so that I can talk about them and let the team know why we don't do certain things. It's so easy for a monkey to just dive up here and take care of me and the Soldier, and you're gonna see that in this VOD. So, you know, Soldier's already getting tagged by the Genji, and now they've got a Widow up here. And so this was a half dive comp. We've got a Soldier coming down. Now for some reason, I'm not sure why, but our Zarya jumped off of the high ground. There was no one coming to contest, and I hadn't even called the Roadhog yet, but she jumped off to contest on the bottom, which just means that, you know, she loses the Reinhardt shield. She can just get popped by the Widow real easily.
Someone bottom?
And instead of the Widow,
That's not a Pharah.
she almost got killed by the Hog. I was able to sleep him before that happened, but let's take a look at that again. And you know, that was a misplay. Our Rein is up here, so if you're the other tank up here, don't jump off and leave our Rein. This is a very strong place to hold.
Roadhog bottom?
That's not a Pharah.
But right there, the monkey was able to just jump on me. And to be fair, I should have been holding over here with the Soldier, but I was afraid of the Widow. I saw her shooting this way, so I didn't want her to just walk up right here and just pick me off while I was waiting here. I was trying to hide behind here, but instead, look at this. Actually, I didn't even notice this when I was watching it. A Genji dived us as well as a Winston. This is a powerful combo on this first point. If I weren't here, then this Soldier would have smelted instantly. That Winston would have jumped him, the Genji would have jumped him, and it would have been over for him. And this is why this is not a good spot to hold on Numbani, because it's a very dive-favored map. If you hold here, once they dive you, then that's it. That's the point. And from here, we just stagger until we lose it. All right, so now we're a bit more organized or collected. We're not as staggered. We lost the point.
I'm gonna be Genji's half.
So I heard something. It was the hog. I heard the hog up top.
Hog up top.
I was able to sleep him. I wasn't able to get the nade because our widow jumped in my way. But there was a hog up top. Now let's take a look over here. Our Ryan and our monkey are initiating our Zarya and me. And there's a widow somewhere over here. And wherever our other DPS is. They're not over here supporting them. And also the Genji ults us. Our soldier's able to kill him. They get a shatter in, I believe. But they have no one to follow up. Because we were back here busy with the hog. And now our Rhine goes down. From here on out, we just kind of, we lose the fight. We stagger and die one by one. Our Zarya gets pulled over here. She backs off. Our monkey jumps in on his own while I'm trying to heal this Zarya, and then he ends up dying. And then our Zarya goes in to try and help her or help him out. And it's just loss.
Hog's purple.
So again, the issue there was our two tanks initiating with no one behind them. What should have happened was they should have just held and maybe backed off to the bus while we tried to deal with this hog before they initiate. If we can pick off that hog, then that's suddenly one guy gone. And, you know, if our Ryan gets a nice shatter, because they don't have a Reinhardt, they just have a monkey bubble. It's a free shatter. Then it's just a team wipe right there. And you're going to see this again, actually. This, us splitting up because of a flanking hog and losing the fight because of it. So let's go ahead and, I think I actually just clicked perfectly. Right here. That Rhine is over here, right? Our monkey just jumped in. But there's a hog right here. Our soldier is here. Zarya is here. So again, this flanking hog just splits off our team into two groups. This hog effectively splits our team. And now our Winston's hurt. He's going to die. Once he dies, our Ryan is going to die.
I got the mercy.
There goes the monkey, and there goes the Ryan. And then there goes me. What should have happened there again was our Ryan and monkey just backing off and holding this corner while we deal with the hog behind. So we ended up losing this one. Let's go ahead and move on to our attack. I've only got 1 point on our attack to talk about. Okay, so we're running a dive comp. We've got a Winston, Diva. We've got a Genji. Yeah, that's the Tracer. And then we've got a Genji and Zenyatta, and then me, Lucio. So, what I said before about Numbani first point, very easy to dive them, you know? Is this the Genji? This Genji just has to dive whoever's up here, and then Monkey just dives on there, or Diva, or both. Let's take a look at what happens here.
Genji. Dive with your Genji.
Winston and our Diva both dived up here. Up here, there's gonna be like a Ryan and a Hog, or whatever, you know, two heavy tanks, a healer at least, and a DPS. So this isn't where you want to dive, because that's just a death ball. You want to dive the one or two people, the soldier and the Anna or Mercy who's out here. You want to dive them and pick them off before you engage them. Instead, you know, they engaged the death ball. I'm not sure what they were running that was up here, but you know, a soldier up here and an Anna or a Mercy means that we just get picked apart while we're fighting down here, or even fighting on the other side. You know, that soldier just has free reign, and if it's just our Genji going after him against a pocketed soldier, we're not going to get that pick and we're not going to win that fight. But other than that, we end up just pushing it, winning all our brawls, and getting the third point. So let's go ahead and move on to our second defense. Alright. Here we go. So you'll notice this time, I'm taking this position over here because I don't want to risk getting jumped again by the monkey. However, our soldier is over here, and there you go. just instantly picked by the monkey, and that's why we don't hold up there. Because that's just a free pick. Now here, we know they have a Widow, right? That Widow just actually destroyed our D.Va's mech. What should have happened, and I think if we go back...
This team is...
Oh, Widow main.
Alright, so he called out Widow main. What our D.Va should have done immediately was go and distract that Widow. She might have done that a little bit here, but she should have just full committed to it. Because she didn't full commit, I was afraid to peek out. I was afraid to be up there because the Widow could just easily get up there and pop me. So I jumped down here, and as you can see, I'm not able to heal everyone. And so we end up losing the fight. We stagger a bit. We try to take it, but it doesn't go well. Alright, so here is a good example of how D.Va can shut down a Widow. So right here, there's a Widow here. I tell her to go get her, so all she has to do is just go up there and bump her off. And suddenly, now she's got to reposition. She's got a long cooldown on her grapple hook as well. So now she's got to reposition, wait for that grapple hook so she can get to another high spot. And that was good. However, in this fight, we'll take a look at it again. Let's take a look at our Hog, who's not in our team. He's just a random guy. Alright, so our Hog is going around here. He's going for the flank. But we have a D.Va who's going to go after this Widow. We just lost a Mercy and a Tracer. So we have no damage behind our Rhine shield aside from our Hog, who is not with us.
D.Va, can you get that Widow up top? Just go for her. We gotta help her, Ryan.
So let's keep on watching what happens here. Our Rhine just goes in with essentially no support. He's going in with no damage behind him. Our Hog went for a flank and was ineffective. So the reason I bring this up is because if you're Hog, for the most part, you need to be playing with our Rhine if we have a comp like this with weak, low damage. Unfortunately, we lost the point and we lost the fight because we just didn't have damage with our Rhine. His shield broke, so he died.
I'm just gonna go Widow.
What are we doing?
Alright, so on our attack, we made a call to go to the left side over here. Our Zenny was AFK for a bit. We made a call to go to the left side over here. But unfortunately, this is a dive comp. We're gonna get nowhere going left. I didn't say anything because I didn't think of it at the time. But going left is just, with a dive comp, is just not gonna go well. Because who do you have to dive? These guys up here. I mean, it can work, but you have to jump a long way to get across there, and you can easily get hooked by a Hog or something trying to flank from here. Our Winston and our D.Va dove up here again to the death ball. And like I said, that's a very bad idea, and it's just going to end with them getting picked. So the monkey just instantly goes down.
Mercy dead.
Nice. Just get on point.
Our D.Va loses her mech. So suddenly, both our tanks are pretty much down. Luckily, I was able to get a kill on the Mercy, and our Tracer was able to kill a few of the people there. And I was able to kill the McCree here. And we actually do end up taking the point. But this could have gone much, much worse. If this was a better team, then this point would not have been won by us, because we just immediately lost both of our tanks in that fight because they jumped onto the death ball instead of jumping onto the soldier and the Anna who was up top there. If they would have just jumped up there and got those picks, it would have secured a win pretty easily, or secured the point. I mean, we got it anyways, but that's not always how it's going to play out. So now we've switched to a heavier comp, but we still have an issue with this comp. The thing is, we have a Widow and a Genji, and that's just not a strong
Mercy to the left.
comp
Mercy to the left up here.
to play in overtime. We don't have too much damage aside from the hog. So here at the end here, there's a very big issue. Our damage and our tanks are moving way ahead and just leaving players behind on point, like this Zarya right here. She was left alive on this point for way too long.
Kill Zarya on point. You guys don't leave point.
Anyways, that's the end of my VOD review. We played a couple more games. We won one and then drew one, but didn't really have much to say about those. But I hope that this little VOD review, as scatterbrained as I was helpful. Try to think about fixing some of these issues. Mainly moving in together, moving places together, and not trying to just, 1v1 all the time. So thanks for watching and checking out the VOD review. Again, hopefully it helps, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.